What's up, guys? It's time to do a video that I've been wanting to do think about doing for a few weeks now, but just haven't gotten around to it. It's time to show off the Spaghetti Western collection, part one. See the video, the description. It will be focusing on my Arrow video releases and my Django films. So first off, we'll start out my Arrow box sets. We have the complete Sartana. There's the front of it. This is just the case. Here's like a description about Sartana. Yeah, Sartana's like there's a fairly popular film series like spaghetti western starting in the late '60s. Sort of. And there's like the description of it, talking about what he's all about and stuff. Yeah, he was pretty popular. Like I said, the big reason, like the big difference, like it says in the description between him and like somebody like Django, the man with no name, is he just I guess presents himself better. Plus, he has like his weird like gadgets and shit. Like he does a lot of stuff with cards. I've noticed. So yeah, this has all the 5 official films in the series. There's also like spinoffs as well. Like there's ones like crossovers with Django. Unfortunately, I've heard those aren't very good. And there's all the special edition stuff. Like there's a lot. Like I think like just interviews, commentaries, just all these have been restored. And I guess we'll just take a look at them individually. I don't have a whole lot to say about these because it's been a while since I've seen them. And they're all pretty much the same quality-wise, in my opinion. Here's the first one. If you meet Sartana, pray for your death. Yeah, this one's pretty unique because this is the only one in this set that is in the 1.85 aspect ratio, which is, most spaghetti westerns were filmed in Technoscope, which is, if you don't know what Technoscope is, like it looks anamorphic, but it uses like spherical lenses, so that's how you can do like the close-ups without having the distortion. Because you can't back then you couldn't really do that with like anamorphic lenses. I don't think you can do that now, but like like one of those old CinemaScope films, like you notice like how like the 50s and stuff, you'll notice how you can only get like so close to the face because if you don't, like you'll get these the face will get like distorted and stuff. But like with Technoscope, you don't have to you can get close ups without having to worry about that. The only problem is that the film grain's not as good of quality, so like the film stock isn't as good of quality, so you're gonna see like a lot more like film grain and stuff. But anyways, yeah, this one's not filmed in that aspect ratio. This one, the restoration's alright, but I don't know. I think the negative for this was just in pretty rough shape. I'll flip it back around. Because there's like some parts where, there's like film tears and stuff, which is a bit unfortunate. So yeah, what I got to say about this one. This is the first one in the series, obviously. It's got a fairly convoluted plot involving gold and stuff. Like I said, I've only seen most of these films like once, these Sartana films, so I need to go back and check them out again. Yeah, there's number 1. Here is number 2. Oh yeah, most of these star actor, they call him Jenny Garco, but I think he has like some other name, or Gianni Garco. Okay, I'm sure I mispronounced that. And this is for the sequel. This one's a bit longer. This is probably the best one in the series, but it's I don't know, not that much better, not like amazing or anything. Like, none of these films are really amazing in my opinion. But like I said, I've only seen them once. I gotta see them again, so to form another, to get a second opinion on them. Yeah, you can see Klaus Kinski's in this one. Apparently he's in the first one, but I just remember him more in this one. Like, he's like sort of got a pretty, very prominent role in it, which is always good. He's like good in these types of movies. Here we have number 3. I do believe this one does not feature Garco. This one features actor George Hilton. That's not his. I think his name's like. He's from Uruguay. Like that's not his real name. That's just like an Americanized. Like a lot of people used to do that in these days. Just take these Americanized names. Like Sergio Leone did that for a fistful of dollars. Like he originally like was credited as like Bob Robertson or something like that. Until like later on it like restored the original like Italian names once he became more famous. Not really much to say about this one, but I think this is like the low budget one. Like there's one here that's obviously filmed on a low budget, and I'm pretty sure this is it. This one's not too bad though. But it's just really more the same in my opinion. Like I said, there's that. Here's number 4. Garco's back for this one. Don't really remember anything about this one, to be honest with you. Remember, it's not bad, though. I guess I haven't seen these in over a year, so I really don't have a whole lot to say about them. And here's the last one, which I have not seen. Light the fuse, Sartana is coming. Yep. I guess by this point he had got like a beard and stuff. Well, looks like he had a beard in the last movie too. Yeah, there's everything. Now the restorations, like I said, I haven't seen this one yet, but the restoration for the Other three films are actually look a lot better in my opinion. I guess the negative's just in better shape. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have much to say about these. I haven't seen these in so long that like I don't remember a whole lot about them. But anyways, that's the Sartana set. That's not too bad. Now we'll get to one that I have seen, like some of these recently. I got this one this year. This is Vengeance Trails, 4 classic westerns, and there's all the directors for them. And we'll flip it over, and y'all can read that. Yeah, basically the theme, Arrow's been putting out these box sets that are built around certain themes, and this one obviously has the theme of revenge, vengeance. Yeah, revenge plots are pretty common in spaghetti westerns. I mean, probably the most common plot trope, which that's probably kind of one of the biggest issues with them. Like, if you're not a big fan of these kind of formulaic plots, you're not gonna be into these. But these, I probably wouldn't recommend to casual fans. This is more for the serious collector, serious fan of the genre. There's all 4 films, and now we'll get to them in order. First off, we have Massacre Time, starring Franco Nero, directed by Lucio Fulci, who's, I think, nowadays more known for his, horror films. He did some zombie film. I think it was supposed to be, an unofficial follow-up to, Dawn of the Dead or something. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is an unofficial follow-up. It's, apparently it's, really gory and whatnot. Zombie Flesh Eaters, I think that's what it is, yep. And For the Apocalypse, that's on another box set that they did. They came out, I think, last year. This one's pretty good, though. This is about a dude, you see, he's, coming back to town, seeing it's, under control with some dude. He's, trying to figure out what's going on. This one's got, a lot of, violence and stuff. And it's a pretty over-the-top, gymnastics. I mean, the dude, the main character does, when he's, taking out the bad guys, he does, this, flip around and just, shoots them, flip in the air and shoots them, some kung fu type shit. It's pretty cheesy, but it's pretty entertaining. Like I said, I would recommend this one. This one has George Hilton in this one, too. He plays, Franco Nero's brother. Like I said, Massacre Time's some good stuff. What's next? Here we have My Name is Pecos. This one stars, I think Robert Woods is his name. Apparently he's been featured in quite a few spaghetti westerns. This is a pretty early entry in the genre. I guess Massacre Time is as well. That one came out in 1966. This one did as well. This one was pretty popular too because it got its own follow-up in, I think a year later. This one's alright. This one's pretty formulaic in my opinion, You got Robert Woods playing some Mexican. It looks like they taped his eyes back too to give him this squinty-eyed look. It looks really weird. And plus the plot itself's pretty formulaic, but it's got the cinematography there. Cinematography's there, the violence is there, it's got some great music, so it's worth checking out. But it's definitely the worst film in this box set in my opinion. Then next up we have Bandidos. This one came out in 68, I think. Let's find out. It should say over here. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure this one came out in 68, but yeah, this one's pretty good. Pretty good. It's great. This is about a dude who, yeah, it says right there, Richard Martin, he's caught up in a train heist, by one of his former proteges, and he gets his, hand shot, so he's unable to shoot a gun, so he ends up taking a guy under his wing to, a younger dude to, train him so he can use him to kill him. This one's pretty good in my opinion. Like I said, I would definitely check it out. Apparently the opening shot inspired Once Upon a Time in the West, where they're showing all the bodies after the gun down. It's got this long tracking shot of all the bodies they killed after the train robbery. It's pretty good, and the cinematography, like I said, is really good. This one's definitely worth checking out, and one of the better films on the box set in my opinion. Then here we have the best film on the box set, in my opinion. This is And God Said to Cain, starring Klaus Kinski. I think this director, too, is also known for doing, horror films and stuff. This Antonio Margheriti. I'm sure I mispronounced that. Anyways, this one's about a dude who's been, he was sentenced to jail for 10 years. He came out, and he's out for revenge. And a lot of this film actually takes place at night, and it's just him, killing all the bad guys. In a way, it sort of has, a slasher feel to it, just the way he, kills the people, has, some, unstoppable force of nature. It's really entertaining. There's some great kills in this. Like I said, I would definitely check this one out, like I said. It's something different. Yeah, it has the revenge plot, but I appreciate him just going around, killing people. He's, some sort of, unstoppable badass, which, yeah, it's awesome. Definitely one that more people need to see, in my opinion. And that's it with those box sets. Now we're going to get to the collection, my one collection. This is my Ringo collection. This is A Pistol for Ringo and The Return of Ringo, starring Giuliano Gemma. We'll just call him Gemma. Anyways, he was in both of these films, I guess directed by the same dude. The one thing that's interesting is that The Return of Ringo is not a sequel to A Pistol for Ringo, even though it has the same cast and everything, so we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, Ringo. Yeah, Pistol for Ringo was a huge hit in Italy back when it first came out in, I think, 1965. So really one of the first films to come out after the success of A Fistful of Dollars. And Ringo was another one of those characters like Django, Sartana, that, got a bunch of unofficial spinoffs. And apparently the reason that was is because of Italian copyright laws. I mean, they weren't all that great, I guess. So it was like easy to use names for these unofficial sequels. But these are like official entries in the series. Like I said, A Pistol for Ringo's probably the better one in my opinion. This one's more like, basically Ringo's like this dude in jail, and he's like asked by like the authorities to come out and like save these people that have been like held hostage by these Mexican bandits. Like I said, it's pretty entertaining. Then you have the sequel, The Return of Ringo. Ringo comes back after the Civil War and has to like save some people. You have to take some revenge. Like it says right there, take revenge on the outlaws who stole his property and took his wife. This one, Return of Ringo, in my opinion, it's pretty different in tone. Like A Pistol for Ringo's got more comedic stuff, a bit more lighthearted, but The Return of Ringo is extremely dark, in my opinion. It also has a great score by, I think it says Ennio Morricone. No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, it does. Yep, he did the music for the sequel. Like I said, this one's, it's good, but it's different. It's a lot darker. It's slower paced, but I don't know. I recommend The Return of Ringo. And we'll just take a look at that. Now we'll get to, I think I've shown this one off already. This is Day of Anger. This is a Lee Van Cleef film. One of the first ones he did after the success of like the Dollars trilogy, after A Few Dollars More and The Good, Bad, the Ugly. I think this one came out in 67, 68. So yeah, I think Death Rides a Horse was the first one he did after the success of that. Yeah, this is Day of Anger. Basically, he's some dude who, this one also stars Gemma as well. He's like basically, I don't know what he would be considered. Like he's like the town cleaner, I guess. Yeah, the street cleaner. Scott Mary, he has like no family, so they just treat him like dirt. Then gunman, what's his name? Yep, Frank Talby comes into town, and like apparently he's got like some beef with the officials, so he ends up like basically taking over the town, like, and puts Gemma's character under his wing. They have like some casino and stuff, and then you just sort of get conflict later on. Like I said, I really enjoyed this one. This is one of Van Cleef's better spaghetti westerns, in my opinion. I mean, The Big Gut Down's his best outside of the Dollars trilogy, but this one's legit too. Yeah, it actually has two cuts of the film because this is something that was pretty common back in those days. Having different versions. Yeah, because this was picked up by National General Pictures in the late '60s, and they basically butchered the hell out of it. It went from almost 2 hours to barely an hour and a half. No, actually under an hour and a half. But yeah, you get both versions, but there's no reason to watch the other one because the full-length version's entirely in English. And oh yeah, for all these movies, you can choose between the English and Italian, audio. Yeah, this is a European version. I think this came out in the US, though. Yeah, it says Region A and B, but the disc says like Region B for some reason. It's weird. Anyways, that's Day of Anger. Definitely worth checking out. Like one of the must-watch like spaghetti westerns, in my opinion. And got some great, that's based off of the American poster art, good stuff. And my last era release is The Grand Duel. This one came out in the early 70s. I haven't finished watching this one. I watched about half of it, but that was at night, and I just, I was getting tired, so I just never finished it. So I don't really have a whole lot to say about this one. We'll just take a look at it anyway. Like, it seemed promising, but it sort of took a while to get going, though. I think whenever I stopped watching it, that's whenever they finally, the plot finally started to kick in. Well, it seemed pretty solid. I have to check this one out later. Like, if I do, I might leave a comment saying how good it is. I don't know. Depends if I remember to or not. Anyways, that's The Grand Duel. Now we're going to get to my Django films. Yeah, I got 3 of these. I've shown off a couple of these already. This is the original Django. Now, this one also got an Arrow video release, but I just got this one because at the time I think it was cheaper. I really wish I had gotten the Arrow version, though, but you know what? I'm happy with this one. Yep, this is by Blue Underground, who's done quite a few spaghetti western releases. Like I said, the original Django, one of really, probably outside of the Sergio Leone's, like the most well-known of the spaghetti westerns. Obviously directed by Sergio Corbucci, of course, did The Great Silence, another like landmark film in the genre. I mean, what do I need to say about Django? I mean, everyone like knows about this movie. I mean, it's fucking iconic. I mean, good lord. I mean, there's been like a million Django clones. I mean, we're going to take a look at a couple of them here in a minute. For this film, though, I would definitely recommend sticking with the Italian audio because the English dub's pretty shitty. I usually am okay with the English dubs from these films, but for this one, it's just, I don't know, it's pretty rough. They didn't put much effort into it. But yeah, that is Django, 1966. One of the must-watch films in the genre. And here we have a Django clone. We have Django Kill, If You Live, Shoot. This one I've shown off too, but that's before I'd seen it. Well, I've seen it now. It says shocking. Yeah, those are shockingly violent and surreal. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say this is like a weird movie, but I don't know. Like, it definitely is weird, but it doesn't get really weird, in my opinion, until the end. But there's like other weird parts. Like, there's the part where, because in this movie, Django has like these, or it's not even called Django in this movie. Like, it's so weird. Like, I don't know. I don't even think the guy has a name. He's just like a drifter or whatever. Like, but they just slapped on the name Django, which I'm shocker. I mean, they're just doing it just to cash in on the success of the first movie. Anyways, yep, we have a full version, like multiple audio. One thing it is weird though, some parts it cuts the Italian audio because I think they cut certain parts out of the English version because I guess it was like too violent or something. Which yeah, I could see why. The parts that they like edited that are in Italian are pretty like bloody and stuff. So they probably cut that out so it wouldn't get like an X rating over here. Because yeah, it's pretty weird. Like I said, it's kind of got its weird moments, but for the most part, it's honestly pretty straightforward. It's mostly near the beginning and the end where you get all the weird shit. This one's fine. Like, not the greatest spaghetti western, but it's worth checking out if you want something a little bit different. And I guess we'll look at the last one for this video. This is Django the Bastard, also called I think The Stranger's Gun Down. Let's wait out. We'll take a look at the cover real quick. All right. Flip it over. What's it called? It should say somewhere. Yeah, The Stranger's Gun Down. Yeah, unfortunately, this is only the US version. So I think they cut out about 8 minutes, which kind of sucks. As far as this film, it's honestly pretty similar to And God Said to Cain, only this one came out a year earlier, 1969. This one's not bad, but I don't know. I kind of preferred And God Said to Cain. Sort of a similar plot, like he's going back to town for revenge and killing a lot of people. But this one, it takes longer to get to that, in my opinion. I don't know. I just thought And God Said to Cain was better. This was not bad, though. And for the record, I mean, apparently And God Said to Cain is like a remake of some other spaghetti western. So, yeah, they love that plot line. Just, having some badass going around killing people. Well, hell, Django's not even as badass compared to, like, the character and Kinski's character in And God Said to Cain. That being said, this isn't a bad film, though. It's definitely worth checking out for fans of the genre. Just keep in mind, in my opinion, And God Said to Cain is the superior film. Yeah, that's just going to wrap it up for me. Next time we'll take a look at all the rest of my spaghetti westerns, so including the Sergio Leone one. So y'all have a great rest of your day.